Am I the asshole? For letting my child ride her pony to school. My child asked if she could ride her pony to school last week. For context, we have a small paddock attached to our home where we keep 2 horses, one for me and one for my child. Every morning before school my child gets all of her pony chores done before we leave, and we normally walk to school, which takes around 20 minutes. We live on the outskirts of a fairly populated city where it's not uncommon to see horses occasionally, but we are by no means in a rural village. I agreed to let my daughter ride her pony to school because I thought it was a harmless fun thing to do, and also it gives the pony some exercise as we had evening plans and wouldn't be riding that evening. We arrived at the school gates and of course gathered a little bit of a crowd, which wasn't a problem. The pony is very good and lapped up all the pats and strokes from kids. One girl came bounding over from the year above my daughter and started shouting at me saying she wanted to ride. I politely told her that she couldn't because she doesn't have a riding hat and she would have to learn on a safer horse. She immediately started hysterically crying and pleading with her mum, saying he wanted to ride. Her mum looked at me with disgust and said, "See, this is what happens when you have no self-awareness and bring your effing horse to a school," and stormed off dragging her kid with her. I was a bit taken aback but ignored her, sent my child into school and walked the pony home. I was talking to my friend this weekend and she said I was in fact the problem and I was blatantly showing off and should have known that this would cause upset and problems. My response is I turn up to the school gates in jodhpurs and boots regularly, so everyone probably knows I have horses. Is that showing off too? All I wanted to do is let my daughter do something a bit silly and fun. Now I am really overthinking it though and almost feel nervous to do school drop-off tomorrow. So am I the asshole for letting my daughter ride her horse to school? Edit: I want to clear some things up. Firstly, I'm based in England. Secondly, the pony never went into school grounds. There is a small patch of grass about 30 meters from the main school gate and we stood there, so no child with allergies would have been subject to horse germs if they didn't deliberately come over to us. This also means that I don't feel like I should have run it by the school. And lastly, the pony is an ex-riding school pony. It has been surrounded by kids its whole life and used to do kids' birthday parties and everything. I know animals are unpredictable, but I was 99.999% sure that the pony would be fine and actually just appreciate the fuss off the tiny humans. He absolutely did. Not the asshole. The other parents need to teach their kids that you can't always have what other people have. It is a fact of life. And this is coming from someone that grew up below the poverty line. Are they gonna be mad at another parent for driving an expensive vehicle? If I was the parent, I would just tell my kid, look at the pretty horsey but don't touch it unless they let you, okay? Not the asshole. That woman blames other people for her clear lack of parenting skills. She has to manage her child's expectations. My husband takes our daughter to school on a motorcycle and it draws the same attention without the entitled demanding a ride and rude response. Edit: to add, would you bringing a puppy with you elicit the same responses? I think not. AITA. Not the asshole. Eye-catching, but nothing wrong with that. The horse is part of your life. My dad used to turn up on his motorbike, when I was old enough, to give me a ride home from school. Nobody else got picked up on a moped, let alone a 750cc motorcycle. I know he was showing off, and he worked in a factory, so he liked to be in the open air after his shift ended. But it was still dead cool. Not the asshole. Done that as well. In Neophobe, Switzerland. People lost it as well, but we were having fun. Okay, I was on a huge 2,000-pound cold blood with hooves like big plates. So as long as I was there nobody dared to say anything. Only when I was gone, some mothers freaked out about how dangerous this all was. But I didn't take it seriously. People also lost it when I gave my kids sushi in a bento box to kindergarten and claimed it's dangerous to eat raw fish, forbade them to eat the sushi, and called me at home what I was thinking. You can't make everybody happy, you are not pizza. Not the asshole. If you showed up in a really cool car or truck the kids like, does everyone get a ride? You also sound appropriately safety focused, making sure pony is good around people for example. It is a nice treat if handled well. That mom did not. But what do I know? If I had a pony I'd ride him on my boat. I was talking to my friend this weekend and she said I was in fact the problem and I was blatantly showing off and should have known that this would cause upset and problems. Not the asshole. I disagree about the showing off. I disagree that it would cause problems. No question it would attract problems, but there is a difference between being the target of bullies and causing others to engage in bullying behavior. That is a matter of other people's character and insecurities. Not yours for being non-conforming. And you handled the situation correctly. Kinda feel like you should have known it's most young girls' dreams to have a pony, and most never get to live that dream out. Your daughter showing up on one to school seems like a massive flex to some people. Then not letting the girl ride it, you should not have let her. You did right thing, made it then look like you were showing off and flaunting it in purpose. At least that's my thought. Not the asshole. I might be biased as I do live rurally, but I really don't see an issue as long as the route is horse friendly, which from your post it seems it is. Ugh. I wish I could say no, but it's going to be ESH. Anyone who's seen little girls and horses, ponies knows how much they want to ride. Sometimes you do need to think about others besides yourself. Not the asshole. Hell, not the asshole. X200B. You kids has learned to ride, knows the animal and is with you as a reward for doing the chores that come with the animal. Using the school run for exercise is fine, the animal is not distressed and you seem to be doing it safely. X200B. The other parent is the R because they don't understand animal safety or good manners. X200B. You're breaking no laws, doing nothing wrong and enriching your kid's life. ESH because it's kid drop-off and you brought a fecking horse for your little girl to ride in on. Parents wrangling little kids, teachers helping while trying to get started. You bring a distracting horse kids would love to pet and maybe wish to ride. Your horse, your prerogative, but read the room a bit. Info: did you ever instruct these children on the safest way to approach a pony or horse? Because being a horse owner, you know damn well what a startled horse or pony can do to a human being. Right? You didn't just let a bunch of children paw an animal with a kick that can shatter bone, right? One that can weigh over 600 pounds, 270 kilograms. Surely you made the barest minimum effort to ensure safety. I ask because you don't mention any such steps, even in passing. Seems like an unpopular opinion, but I'm going with ESH. The other parent didn't react great, for sure. But I'm not sure what you expected would happen when other single-digit children your child riding to school on a pony. And I'm certain the teachers probably didn't appreciate the spectacle, generally disruption it surely caused in the classrooms that morning. Nah or ESH, not sure. I do think you sound a little clueless if you didn't think there was potential of this happening. The other woman definitely shouldn't have spoken to you like that though, that was unnecessary. ESH. What do you mean, other 7-year-old girls will want to ride my pony? That's ridiculous. Seems silly. Not an asshole, but definitely comes off as elitist. Think Seinfeld and the pony episode. ESH. You should not bring a pony where you know small children will see it and want to ride it, especially when they see another small child riding it. The parent should not have had the reaction they did when you said no, but at the same time you brought a pony to a school. ESH, the mom didn't have to be a jerk about it, but you can't bring a pony to a school and expect kids to just be chill about it. And as an elementary teacher, I would not appreciate having to settle down a bunch of excited students first thing in the morning. ESH, you knew that other 7-year-olds would think a pony was cool AF. So yeah, kind of shitty to wave something they can't have in their faces. But also that other mom is an R for her reaction. You're the asshole bro, you took a horse to a kid's school, crying face, have some self-awareness. I agree you shouldn't have shown off.